Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Beers.
Good morning.
A big week. We have a lot to talk about this morning in a little bit of time. We're going to dive right in.
Yes, let's do that.
First of all, let's talk about the beverage that we're drinking this morning. It is Sunday Morning Beers, so we always drink beer, but we're making an exception. This time we're drinking a beverage that is related to beer, or some would say anyways. I guess we would be two of those people that say that. It's a mead. It's from Bee Nectar Meadery in Royal Oak called Funky Monkey.
Mm-hmm.
Mead is fermented honey. It is the oldest fermented beverage. It's where the term honeymoon comes from. And what makes this a little bit closer to beer is the fact that this is a hopped mellow mel. Mellow mel is fruit mead. This has cherries in it, which is certainly very appropriate for Michigan. And you can see it here. It's 12% alcohol. Beautiful kind of a cranberry juice sort of a color to it. And has a great aroma, like real cherries, not any of that fake stuff. Not sweet though. It is absolutely delicious. It is got like a kind of a black cherry. Black cherry and tart, maybe like black cherries and tart cherries. Sort of a flavor to it. Dry, super refreshing. It just like, it makes me want to have more. I've had a few sips of it, so that wasn't my first sip, if you wonder how I got all that out of one sip. It's great. Look for that, seriously. It's a great meadery. Any decent beverage store in the area sells that, and a lot of restaurants and bars have their stuff as well. So check it out, Bee Nectar Funky Monkey. Alright, let's talk about all the things going on at 4th Street Brewery. This week, the biggest week of the year for 4th Street Brewery for a lot of reasons. It is birthday week. And this is our lucky 7th birthday. Our official birthday is Valentine's Day, which is Tuesday, but we're going to celebrate Monday through Friday. Now the food menu, normally, we've been coming out lately with our special food menu on Thursdays. We're going to come out with it Tuesday. We'll probably run the food Tuesday through Tuesday. One thing that we're going to do all week is we're going to have $7 pizzas. Okay, we do the $6 pizzas a couple of days. No, we're going to do this all week. But the items on this pizza, when you're going to see the items that you can choose from, you're going to be like, I don't know if I can afford this, but you will. $7 for the pizzas. Food and drink specials all day. If you want to find out about that, follow us on Twitter, look for it on Facebook, look for it on the website, etc., etc. We don't have time to talk about that. What we do want to talk about is we want to talk about the beers that we're going to be tapping, because it's a lot of stuff. 5 days of beer tappings, every night at 8 o'clock, 6 beers, alright? Actually 7, because we came out with the one already, which is our official birthday beer. We came out with that last Thursday, 7x7, okay? So really, of the 7 beers, 2 of them are big batch beers done on our big 15-barrel system. And then the rest of them are done on our half-barrel system. So first of all, Monday at 8 o'clock, a 450 IBU IPA. And people will say, they say, why would you brew a 450 IBU IPA? You know why we brewed it? Spite. That's why. Spite. We brewed it out of spite. And that's what we call it, spite. And, if you've ever had any of these, you look at these, and there's a lot of debate about the whole IBU thing. As it can't be more than 100 IBUs. Pshaw on that. But anyways, when you have these really high IBU beers, a lot of times they're really high alcohol, and they end up being kind of sweet. This beer is just a shade under 8%, so it's not sweet at all. If you ever wondered what a really bitter beer tastes like, this is it, But it's not like drinking sand. It's not that bitter. It's bitter, it's hoppy, it's got a lot of flavor to it. Very unique. If you like hoppy beers, you have to have it. We did it on the small system. We actually ended up with a little more than 5 gallons of it. So it's going to go quick. You got to come Monday if you're going to have it, and then you got to tell people all over the world that you had a 450 IBUs. Get on the internet and tell all your friends all over the world that you've had it. Tuesday is actually the actual birthday of 4th Street Brewery. It's Valentine's Day, which is when we opened Valentine's Day. It means you should bring your sweetheart. for dinner. My sweetheart is going to be there on Tuesday. And, this beer that we did for Tuesday really kind of is the guy's take on Valentine's Day. At least the name part of it for sure is it's called Of Course I Love You. Now hurry up and get naked. Okay? And going in with that, I think the beer, ties all that together. It's an imperial stout, okay, 8%. The stout, the roasty, kind of chocolatey flavors to it from the malts in there. And then we actually added chocolate to it. So, and really what the chocolate did was, it was not like it made it super chocolatey, it just kind of gave it more creaminess. And then we added raspberries to it, which when you use real fruit, it's much different than using like a fruit syrup. What the raspberry did was kind of give it a tangy, maybe a little bit of tartness. It kind of just brings all of that flavor together, the chocolate, the roastiness, the tanginess in there. Wonderful beer. You're going to want to have that. On Wednesday, we're tapping something very, very cool. It's called Barrel of Funkies.
Barrel of Funkies.
And what that is we got these used oak barrels from a small distillery in Texas. They do the only blue corn whiskey or bourbon anywhere in the world. It's called Baby Blue. We got some of those, and we had aged some Beer Normus in it that we tapped on New Year's Eve. We called it Barrel Normus. Now after it had the whiskey in there, after it had the Barrel Normus in there, we emptied it out. We actually fermented a beer in there. We didn't just age it in there, we fermented it in there. And we added some nice little wild farmhouse yeast from Belgium in there. And then, it matured in another vessel outside of the oak barrel. But Barrel of Funkies, it actually has kind of a cherry pie sort of flavor to it. You like cherry pie, Tracy? I don't like cherry pie. But I really like this beer. I think it's just got so much complexity to it. Amazingly drinkable. Not sweet, not bitter, just loaded with flavor and really easy drinking. Very, very unique. You got to come up for that. On Thursday, two beers. I think we mentioned that we already came out with one of the birthday beer. Our official birthday beer last Thursday, the 7x7. So really 7 beers. 2 of them are big batches. One was the last Thursday. Another one is this Thursday, which I'm going to try to have on Monday for fan club members. Tasman Bay IPA.
Yeah.
The reason we call it Tasman Bay IPA is it contains Matuka hops, which were grown near the shores of the Tasman Bay in New Zealand, and they have a very, very unique flavor, kind of lime-like, which really rounds out the beer. So you get that bitterness, but it's so smooth from the flavor that it has, such a unique flavor to it. So we're going to have that, and then we're going to have our 206th cask condition beer. We don't have Snowplowed on tap right now. We're kind of in between batches, probably about a week away from having another batch of Snowplowed. But we do have a cask of it. Snowplowed is the very popular rye, oat, and juniper beer. And to the cask, I added caramel because I really thought that would be a nice combination with that kind of the nutty malt flavor that Snowplowed has. So those are the 2 that we have on Thursday. And then Friday we have something very unique. Something that I've toyed around a lot with at Febrewary is kind of a sake, but a sake with hops in it. It's brown rice, sake yeast, and we've done lots of different things with it. This one here, super hoppy sake, because it's 200 IBUs. It is really the thing, I think, that is eventually going to put me on the map. And not only that, but going to put Febrewary and Lincoln Park on the map, because you're going to tell your friends all over the world, you'll be like, look, we got some great things happening in this town and at this brewery that's in our town. You got to come check them out, And someday, maybe we'll bottle this and sell it around the world, and people will say, that started right here in this little town in Lincoln Park. Really cool stuff. So a lot of great stuff happening this week at Febrewary. So I think probably the minimum that you're going to want to be at the brewery is 5 times.
Wow.
For all of the beers. I got to get to the brewery right now because I got some things to finish up to get ready for this week. So I'm going to get to work, and we'll see you
Yeah.
lots of times at the brewery this week. Take care, everybody.
Take care.